Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge.
This video is brought to you by the WWE T-Shirt Club. If you guys want a brand new WWE shirt delivered to your door every single month, just hit the first link in the description and sign up.
Alright guys, so we're going to kick this off with the first news story of the day. I'm wearing a very old shirt. This shirt's from like 2014. Just for this reason. So, the biggest thing going on in wrestling right now that everyone is talking about today on social media is the yes man, Mr. Daniel Bryan. So I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Daniel Bryan's WWE contract has expired. Daniel Bryan is no longer a WWE superstar. He is no longer in the WWE. He doesn't have a contract. He's a free agent. Daniel Bryan could show up at AEW tonight and no one can stop him because there's no non-compete or anything like that because his contract just expired. I guess there's not a non-compete because they didn't release the contract. So it's very, very crazy thought. And we'll talk about the rumors about what's happening to Daniel Bryan, what the rumors are saying in the rumors part of this video. But the news part of this is Daniel Bryan, the yes man, currently has no WWE contract. He's a free agent in the wrestling business, which is just mind-blowing to think about. The guy who was in the main event of WrestleMania just a few weeks ago is no longer the WWE superstar. Alright, so the next news story. So this is really, really old. I just want to give my opinion about it and talk about it because that's what we kind of do here on the news show. So this one's about Eva Marie. Eva Marie is back, ladies and gentlemen. How wonderful! Eva is back. So, obviously, I talked about this months ago that she was signed like last fall to the WWE. No one really was like, Brandon, where are you hearing this crap? This isn't true. Well, I can stand here and finally say, ha! In your face! It was very, very delayed, and I was second-guessing even myself. But yeah, Eva Marie was signed, and she showed up. So yeah, in your face to all the people who didn't believe the news stories and rumors. Everything I talk about here has its sources and everything like that. I don't always have the time, unfortunately, to like cite all the sources in the description or whatever, but I always do multiple sources, so it's not like I'm taking it from like one like source or whatever. I look at like 3 to 5 different places, make sure there's some kind of like depth to the thing, and then I report it. That's what I do here on the news show. So yeah, Eva Marie is back in the WWE. Personally, I don't know how I feel about it. Hopefully they make her a full-blown heel and just take advantage of all of her haters and everything. Personally, I thought Eva had potential way back in like whenever, like 2014 or 2015. I thought she had potential, but it was also like the thing of being like, she shouldn't really be on the main roster TV right now. I mean, she has potential in years down the line when she trains for years and years and years and years. I mean, obviously, she wasn't like a wrestler coming into the business or whatever like that, but she did have like some type of potential to do something. Who knows what they're going to do. Hopefully, she's been training for ever since she's been gone, but we'll see what she's capable of now. But Eva Marie is indeed back. So like I said, that's actually the only confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today. But don't you dare go anywhere, guys, because things are about to get good here. Things are, in fact, about to get a little juicy, so I'd go and suggest you can go and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about the Extreme Rules pay-per-view this year, Extreme Rules 2021. So I'm crossing my fingers, I'm hoping they don't call like Extreme Rules WrestleMania Extreme Rules, because they're putting WrestleMania in front of Backlash for some reason. Anyway, when's Extreme Rules happen this year? Well, now we have a date. Extreme Rules 2021 will be taking place on July 18th, 2021. So July 18th. Now, where is it going to be taking place? Is there going to be fans? I mean, a lot of sports and different, wrestling businesses and a lot of like different sports concerts, what have it, are allowing fans to come back. Are they going to be fans of Extreme Rules? The answer is probably not. It's rumored to be taking place actually inside the Thunderdome. So Thunderdome Extreme Rules, July 18th, but hopefully the next pay-per-view after that will be, SummerSlam, and SummerSlam will indeed have a crowd. At least I hope. Alright, the next rumor is about SmackDown. So this isn't a rumor, this is confirmed that next week's SmackDown is having a special theme. It's a throwback episode of SmackDown. So you're gonna have like an old setup and kind of make things seem like it was like early 2000s or maybe 1990s SmackDown, which is really, really cool. The only question I have is, are they gonna bring back the Big Fist? Because I want the Big Fist back. That was a really, really cool stage, but I don't know if they'll go all out for that just for the Thunderdome or whatever. But obviously it's like a gimmick episode just to kind of pull in more viewers to see who will actually tune in and see what they're gonna do for the throwback episode. But very interesting nonetheless. But the actual rumor part of this is apparently not many people backstage at WWE knew that they were actually doing a throwback episode like this week. So it's actually gonna be this week's episode, this Friday. Apparently not a lot of backstage people, hardly any of the wrestlers knew they were doing this. Just kind of a thing that came up out of nowhere. But hopefully they'll draw in some like nostalgia viewers or something like that, and we'll see where that goes. But I'm very, very excited to see if they're gonna bring back the fist or not. I want the fist back. They just posted like a picture of the fist for that like behind the scenes show or whatever. So it'd be really, really cool if they could actually do it. All right, the next rumor is an interesting one. So apparently WWE like short interviewers. So there's like backstage interviewers, you know, who interview the wrestlers or whatever. Most of the time it's like a very, very short like woman, and they always look up at the wrestler and everything and make the wrestler look amazing. Apparently that's like, kind of like a standard thing for WWE backstage interviewers. So if you want to be a backstage interviewer for WWE and you're tall, it's not going to happen. Apparently some like taller men interviewers, they've made like squat down to make them seem shorter or whatever, because they just want the superstars, you know, look giant, look like $1 million bucks. So I guess there goes my hopes and dreams, because I'm 6'2", so I don't think that's going to happen. That was my hopes and dreams anyway, but I am 6'2". I guess I have to be a wrestler. I guess that's what I have to do, so maybe I'll do that. But anyway, yeah, apparently they really, really like very, very small, short people to be interviewers. All right, the next rumor is about a WWE partnership with MLW. So MLW is obviously another wrestling company. Now, WWE doesn't really do partnerships or deals or whatever with other wrestling companies, like hardly ever. Like, if you can imagine like WWE and AEW doing something, it's like, no, that's not going to happen. But they had Jericho on the Stone Cold podcast, so it was like, is the forbidden, people like to use the term, the forbidden door, has it been opened? Well, maybe they're pushing at that. So the MLW WWE deal, WWE wants some exposure, I guess, for some NXT wrestlers. They don't really have room to always put on TV or something like that. Or like people from the Performance Center who don't have time to be on NXT, or they don't have the room for or whatever. They want to kind of give them some exposure in MLW. So WWE's like talking to MLW with a possible deal of having like NXT wrestlers wrestle for MLW as well as WWE NXT. So I have no idea where this is going to go. Apparently this is very high up in the WWE. They're talking to like Triple H or whatever. So maybe this will go somewhere, but it's interesting, and it kind of opens the door to WWE working with like outside wrestling companies instead of just keeping it all in the WWE, you know, family or whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go get your tissues out, get your tissues ready, because ladies and gentlemen, this is the saddest part of the entire video. This is the final news story, this is the final rumor, this is the final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So this is indeed about the Yes Man and Mr. Daniel Bryan. So what is next for the guy? There's a lot of rumors that AEW or New Japan or Ring of Honor or whatever, apparently, when they were trying to do like a negotiation, Daniel Bryan's like, I want to wrestle for WWE, but I also want a clause in where I can wrestle for other companies. Which is unheard of. Like, no other, like, there's never really been a contract like that, at least not in like years, where someone can wrestle for WWE. I mean, maybe if they're signing someone new and they're living like, I have a few independent wrestling dates that I have to finish up before I can do just solely WWE. They'll work with them on that, but something like this where it's being like, I want to wrestle for WWE and AEW at the same time. It's just unheard of, and apparently they couldn't work out a deal or whatever, and they let his contract expire. But apparently right now, literally right now, at the time of this recording of this video, WWE are trying really, really, really hard to re-sign Daniel Bryan. So it's very, very likely that Daniel Bryan will re-sign with the WWE, and he's not going to be like disappearing or whatever from WWE television, you know, forever or whatever. So it's very, very likely that he's going to re-sign with WWE. I think that's the most likely scenario. Other than that, I guess AEW is always an option, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Daniel Bryan's kind of expressed like interest in wrestling for other companies outside the WWE, because the guy's already won, you know, the WWE title in the main event of freaking WrestleMania. There's not much else you can do inside the WWE. He wants a new challenge, I guess. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, and maybe, just maybe, they can work out a new deal. If not, Daniel Bryan, I guess, will be wrestling for some other company in the future. So there, guys, that is actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on the screen, I'm going to leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to the channel if you're brand new here. But I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.